Hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to Calvin Lim Investing, and as usual, I'm your host Calvin, and today we're going to be doing a weekly earnings preview for the week of April 26, 2021. It's going to be a really hectic and busy week, so we're just going to kind of run through a couple of companies and take a preview and identify some of the stocks that I will be looking at and potentially playing for this upcoming week. With that being said, just a couple of key things to note. First of all, my friends and I have put together a comprehensive Discord. That's completely free. It's going to help you guys get the opportunity to ask a bunch of questions and connect with other like-minded individuals. If you're interested in joining, there is a link in the description below. Second of all, if you do enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you could scroll down, smash the like and subscribe button. I appreciate all the support I can get, and I do plan on continuing to make weekly earnings videos when possible. Finally, I am not a financial advisor or an expert, so if you do plan on invest, always be sure to do your own research and understand the risk involved. So with that being said, let's get into it. So this week, we have a variety of companies that are reporting earnings, right? We have the big tech companies. We got Tesla, Microsoft, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet or Google. And then we also have some of the more hot and upcoming stocks in the tech sector, such as Pinterest, which has been on fire since the beginning of COVID, Spotify, Shopify, Twitter, Neo, Overstock. So we do have a nice bag of tech, the big super mega cap tech, as well as hot up and coming tech. Then we do have chip maker AMD. We have Qualcomm, and then we also have some of the more typical consumer energy stocks, such as ExxonMobil. AbbVie is a consumer stock in terms of the medicine. And then we have Chevron. We have, BP. So we have overall a really nice batch of companies reporting earnings next week. With that being said, I'm kind of hesitant to play options next week with any of these companies, just because so much is going on and there's going to be a lot of movement and also a super high implied volatility. So first off was going to be Tesla. We're going to take a look at how Tesla's looking. This is TradingView. It's a really comprehensive site that allows you to do some charting and kind of analyzing stocks, right? So first off is Tesla. It hit at a high of about almost $900 in early January. It's now trading at $729. For the most part, I would like to see where it goes from here. I think it's at a nice pivot point. So earnings could be a really nice catalyst. Let's see. This is one line. It's kind of forming a little wedge. This is the other. And then we could draw an even longer line from here to here. So if it breaks up above sort of this area tomorrow or here, I think we could see a nice breakup. So it needs to probably cross that it would probably need to cross like the 745, the 760 range before Tesla's going to really run up. So Tesla's an interesting one. I'm going to be watching Tesla, but because of the high implied volatility, I don't think I can actually play it. Options are going to be crazy expensive. And then next off is going to be UPS. UPS has actually quietly done pretty well in the last couple of months. So if you take a look at UPS, it's been trending upward actually since falling to about the 150, 160 to 159 range in March. It's actually on a rampage straight up. So this is going to be interesting to see if earnings gives it another push to another leg up and possibly, cross that 185 to 190 range. In addition, we also have Pinterest. And I really like Pinterest, so I am going to be playing it next week. The options are not stupid expensive, so I do think that, I have a nice chance. So as you can see, in the last 2 months, it has a crazy range, but it's still pretty much trend bound, right? So let's see if we can chart this out. So the top is right around here. The bottom is right around here at the lowest of the low. But for the most part, the bulk of the candles are going to be trading in kind of like around this zone, right? So it's, it's coming down here. If it breaks the $62 mark, I definitely think it can get, there's a lot more downside. But it seems to me that support, this seems to be heavy support. Hit it once, hit it twice, hit it right here a little bit, hit it a third time. So it tends to be really good support, as well as this part up here around almost $90 is going to be the resistance. With Snapchat posting nice earnings, I do think Pinterest is a very interesting case, and I am pretty bullish on Pinterest, and I do think it's going to cross, it's going to pop up above 85 in the near future, and maybe possibly 90. If it breaks 90, I think Pinterest is going to hit $100. So that's just kind of my take. I won't be playing AMD. I think the chip shortage is going to have it post so-so numbers. I could be wrong, but AMD is something I'm going to stay away from a little bit. I know Google has been doing crazy well with their ad revenue. I think they're going to go up. But again, similar to Tesla and Amazon, the IV is a little too high for something that's so expensive. I probably am going to refrain from playing those. Crocs has been on fire as well. Let's see if we can find this up. Crocs has actually been pretty underrated. Let's see, Crocs. Crocs has actually been pretty underrated in the last couple of months. Let's see. So starting in, so you can see in May of last year, Crocs was trading at about $20. It's more than quadrupled, and this chart looks crazy, crazy. It's gone from $20 to $84, and you can see that when it dips, it's dipping and running, dipping and running. So it's kind of range bound, and I think it really wants to move up. So with good earnings, I think it could possibly, move up. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit of a slight lower trend of lower lows. You might be able to move this, let's see, to there, like right here a little bit, and it's kind of had that little peak right here, so it's approaching resistance. So if earnings are well, I think Crocs is another ticker to look out for a breakout. If I do plan on playing Crocs, I'm gonna be buying shares. I won't be playing options this time around for earnings. I think Apple, Facebook, they're going to do relatively solid. The other big company I'm going to be curious about is going to be both NIO and Twitter. So if we take a look at NIO, let's see. Let me just delete out all these old lines. So NIO has been kind of stuck. It's been in a little bit of a rut. It looks like it has found, some sort of resistance up here, but also found the bottom right around here, like 34, 30, around $34. It's bounced twice. So with a solid earnings or a surprise, it could potentially move up, but a couple of things are hurting NIO's chances. Being an EV, the chip shortage is definitely really putting a dent in NIO's production. So I would be careful about it. I am holding a sizable amount of NIO shares. I've been in since sub $10. I am super long on the company, and I will continue to hold my shares. But for those who plan on playing NIO, just be wary that the chip shortage could have a rollover effect on NIO's production and earnings. So with that being said, these are kind of the ones that I'm watching. The last one I'm watching is going to be Twitter. Let's see if we can pull it up. Let's see, Twitter. So Twitter has been doing relatively, it looks like it's on a small downtrend. Let's see if we can draw some of these lines. Looks like it's going there. And then this kind of looks like it's going there. So it looks like it's forming a little bit of a wedge. If it breaks down from here to if it breaks down around here, like around the $65 range, that'd definitely be a sign that Twitter could break a little bit more downward. If it breaks, if it breaks the 72 mark, I think there's room for it to run. So Twitter has been crazy. Their last earnings was pretty good, but also the last couple of months has been really, really friendly to Twitter. You can see just in early February, Twitter was trading around $52. It has jumped up to a high of $80. So almost above a 50% gain in just 1 month. So Twitter has done a stock has moved up in a crazy amount, especially for a large tech company. So this is one that I do think it's similar to Pinterest. It's going to have positive earnings. They're going to have some cool information, and I think they are bound to move up. So as a recap, this week there is a bunch of companies coming in. I don't plan on playing too many. I'm going to be playing Pinterest. I'm also going to be playing, possibly playing Twitter. And then I'm also going to be watching, Tesla, Alphabet, and NIO. Just a quick note, I do hold shares in a lot of these companies. I have shares of AGNC, of Apple. I also have shares of NIO and Pinterest. And then I have a boatload of ExxonMobil, Chevron shares as well. So I'm kind of a little bit dabbling in every sector. So this week I'm going to be just watching a lot more companies versus actually playing too many. But this week is filled with a crazy mix of both mega cap tech companies, up and coming tech companies, consumer cyclicals, consumer staples such as, you got the credit card company Visa. You got three of some of the largest oil companies in the world with Chevron, ExxonMobil, and BP. You have a lot of consumer companies as well, such as Starbucks, McDonald's, and then you also have, some car companies with Ford, NIO, and Tesla. And then you also have, chip makers or component makers such as Raytheon Technologies, Qualcomm, AMD, and then you got a random mix of is that MasterCard? It looks like MasterCard is reporting as well. So this is just a really good mix for the week. It's crazy. It's been a while since I've seen something like this where you have pretty much big companies in every sector I can think of reporting earnings. So it's gonna be a fun week. As usual, please be careful when you play options with earnings. There is an IV crush. I do have a couple of videos in my channel kind of explaining what the IV crush effect is and how to avoid it. So be sure to check those out. With that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you could scroll down, smash the subscribe button. I appreciate all the support, and let me know in the comments what stocks you plan on playing. And if you do jump in to the Discord, we can always chat it up about earnings or any other thing that you would like. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time.